HU algorithm. Okay, so given evaluators will be there and they will be judging the documents. Okay, so that the document will be judged as whether it is a relevant document or not. Okay. Okay, judgment on the documents will be there. A set of documents D1, D2. Okay, we have some n number of documents, and the judgment is going to be whether the document is relevant or non-relevant. Okay, so based upon this relevant and non-relevant judgment, okay, we are going to find the initial query to the modified query, so that you are going to fine tune the query itself in order to make some better information retrieval to get maximum number of relevant documents. Okay, so given some Google or some Yahoo search engine, okay, take some search engine. Okay, so there will be several text data that will be appearing in the search engine. Okay, so this query itself we are going to modify it. We're going to fine tune the query to make some better retrieval for the search result. So that is what every search engine is making use of this relevance feedback algorithm in order to make some better relevant document retrieval. So now our problem is whether this judgment is correct or not. Okay, we cannot blindly trust the online users who are going to give the judgment as relevant and non-relevant. What happens if the judgment is biased? What happens if the judgment is biased? For example, I'm giving some search key. The judgment is biased towards certain web pages. He wants to promote or advertise those web pages so that the maximum number of users will be directed to those web pages. So in case if the judgment itself is biased with certain parameters, then this relevant and non-relevant judgments, everything will be wrong. Am I right? Everything will be diluted. So in order to judge this particular online user's decision, we are going to make the evaluation on the feedback. So we will cumulatively, okay, we will collectively take the judgments of the several online users. We are not going to go and stick with one judgment or one online users. We are going to collect some collective number of judgments which is given. Several judgments. Every users are going to be judging the document. We are going to study the pattern of all the users' judgment, and based upon their activity, we are going to make a decision whether these evaluations have a better result or not. Okay, we are going to judge the judgments. That is the thing. We are going to judge the judgment means we are going to evaluate the judgments given by several online users, and we are going to conclude what is the accuracy of the judgment. For example, I take some sample of 100 people are there. Out of this 100 online users who are giving several relevant and non-relevant judgments. Okay, now we are going to see the collective activity of their evaluations. Okay, and we are going to tell among these 100 users whose judgment is this, okay, what is the accuracy of their judgment out of this 100. Okay, I get some 75% accuracy. 75% accuracy means overall we can expect that the entire set of users can provide only 75% of accuracy. That is 75% accurate judgments, and the remaining 25% can be non-accurate judgments. Like that we can able to evaluate. For that reason, we are going for based upon the feedback. What is the feedback? Feedback is relevant and non-relevant. We are going to evaluate the judges. We are going to evaluate the online users. Okay, so that is what we are going to study in our today's class. Okay, so the coverages There will be several online users are going to be there, and online users are going to get mapped with several documents. Okay, document 2, document n, or they can be given with some there's some information too. It can be anything. It can be a document, it can be an fact, or it can be some entity like car companies. Okay, so we are going to judge the documents. Okay, they're going to judge for our particular web mining class as concerned. We are going to take the web documents as the input, and the users are going to judge the documents whether it is relevant or not relevant. Now we are going to evaluate these online users' judgment. That is called as evaluation. How to evaluate? For that we have some metrics are available. Okay, one of the metrics is accuracy. Okay, this is very important. Accuracy, and then precision, and then recall, and then F score, and mean average precision. These are all the different metrics that we will use in order to evaluate the online users' judgment. Okay, so judgments are being there. We are going to evaluate these judgments. Okay, this is the process we are going to do. So how to do that? Okay, so now we will introduce certain criteria. Okay, precision and recall. Okay, what is precision? Precision is nothing but, okay, you are having an IR system. Okay, you are giving a query to the IR system. This is the normal way. You will give a query to the IR system. It is going to retrieve some collection of documents. Am I right? It is going to return some collection of documents. Now we are going to give these documents, assign these documents to the online users. Okay, and they are going to give a judgment as whether the document is relevant or non-relevant. So this is the process. First, the query will be given to the IR system. The IR system will retrieve the documents, web documents, web links will be there, and the users will be evaluating those web documents, and they will tell whether the document is relevant or not relevant. So this is a step. Am I right? Now, what is the problem of interest? You have to evaluate whether these judgments are correct or not. How to do that? Okay, so we have a metric called as precision and recall. What is precision? Precision is going to be the proposition of number of documents which are relevant items which are retrieved. The number of relevant items which are retrieved. So that means the relevant items which are retrieved is going to be available divided by total number of items which is retrieved. Okay, so out of 10, for example, this document is going to, this IR system is going to return 10 documents. Okay, and now the judges has evaluated, okay, 7 documents is going to be identified as a relevant document from the retrieved document, which is relevant. Relevant is some 7 document is relevant and 3 document is non-relevant. So what is the precision of this particular information retrieval task? It is going to be 70%. So which means that the judgment has been given in such a way that these set of online users can provide 70% precision in their judgment. That is called as precision. What is recall? Okay, what is recall? Recall is nothing but the number of documents which are relevant, okay, which is retrieved, divided by the total number of relevant items in the collection of document. Okay, so out of 100 documents which is available in my collection, okay, I'm identifying some 70 as relevant and 30 and let me tell 20 as non-relevant. What about the remaining 10 documents that is also available in the collection? Okay, so recall is nothing but the relevant documents which are retrieved divided by the documents which are identified to be the relevant items. It is not like a conditional probability of retrieve given that the document should be a relevant document. But here in this case, what is precision? Probability of relevant given the total number of retrieved items. Okay, So this is precision and recall. Now we'll go for the next metric. Right, I'll just go to the next metric. Okay, the next metric is, in this precision and recall, you will be creating a matrix called as confusion matrix. Confusion matrix. So whenever you are going to given a set of documents to be judged as relevant or non-relevant, usually in machine learning model, in most of the machine learning model, they will be creating a decision. Okay, they will be deciding this based upon this confusion matrix. This is a matrix actually. The confusion matrix will be having four different it is going to be a 2 cross 2 matrix. Okay, this will be a 2 cross 2 matrix. So this matrix is going to have the parameters true positives. Okay, that means the document which are retrieved are correct, that is true positive. Okay, and then we have we have this false positive. Okay, documents which are retrieved are false and they are identified to be positives. Okay, and then the document which are not retrieved, okay, it is going to be come under false negative category. Okay, and then the documents which are retrieved or which are not retrieved, which are also non-relevant, is going to be true negatives. Okay, true positive and true negatives is going to be the major part, and false positive and false negative will be on the contradictory part, like false positives and false negatives. Okay, so now we'll go for this precision model. I have told you what is the formula for precision. Precision is going to be number of documents which are retrieved, which are identified to be relevant, divided by the total number of documents which are retrieved. So true positive plus false positive. So the documents which are retrieved, that is true positive plus false positive, is going to be in the denominator. Okay, in the numerator, the number of documents which are relevant and it is retrieved, that is going to be true positive. What is the recall? The true positive divided by true positive plus false negative. That means the documents which are available in the collection, okay, which are relevant. Okay, see, in this entire thing is going to be relevant, but it is not retrieved. Even though you see, I have some 100 documents in the collection, I am identifying relevant and non-relevant. Okay, I'm finding some 70 documents as relevant and I'm identifying 20 documents. What about the remaining 10 documents? 10 documents is there which may or may not be relevant, but it is not retrieved. So the denominator is going to be, it is not retrieved. So true positive plus false negative. So this is going to be in the denominator. So true positive is the document which is relevant, which is retrieved, divided by the document which is relevant, which is not retrieved. Okay, so this is going to be the precision and recall formula. Now we have another measure that is called as F measure. Okay, it is going to be F measure. What is the formula for this F measure is? This is a metric which is used as a as an alternative method for identifying the precision against the recall. So we have precision and then we have recall. Okay, using this precision and recall, you can further find the find another metric which can allow us to identify the accuracy of judgment. Okay, so the formula is going to be 1 divided by f, which is equal to 1 divided by 2 multiplied by 1 divided by p plus 1 divided by r. In other terms, we can have just have the reciprocal of it, which is equal to 2 multiplied by 1 divided by 1 by p plus 1 by r. So these are all some of the standard formulas that we do have. Okay, so as far this particular F measure is concerned, you can you can just let you know about this formula. This is the maximum formula that we will use for all our problems. Okay, so alpha and beta are going to be the boosting parameters that will help you to improve enhance the precision and recall rate to find the optimal F measure. Okay, so these are all the measures: precision, recall, and then F measure. Okay, we'll see one small problem using this. Okay, So you see, out of this documents, okay, we are finding 20 documents which is relevant and 40 documents which is non-relevant. So out of the information system, okay, the IR system is identifying 60 documents. It is retrieving 60 documents. Out of the 60 document, 20 is relevant and 40 is non-relevant. That is true. That is your true positive is given, and then false positive is also given to you. Okay, and in the non-retrieved document, there is 60 documents which is relevant, and we have some 1 million document which is non-relevant. Okay, so totally we are having some 10 lakhs, okay, 10 lakhs plus 60. Okay, so it is going to be 10 lakh and 60 documents which is not retrieved. Okay, so we are identifying the total number of relevant, total number of non-relevant, and we are finding the total number of retrieved document and total number of non-retrieved document. So now, what is the precision? Okay, what is the precision actually? Precision is nothing but the documents which is identified to be relevant. So 20 divided by total number of documents which is retrieved. How many documents we have retrieved? 60. So 20 plus 40 is equal to 60. So what is the, when we are looking into this, 1 divided by 3 equal to, it is going to be 33%, that is 0.33. Okay, what is the recall value? Recall value is going to be 20 divided by 20 plus 60, that is document which is retrieved and non-retrieved which is relevant. Okay, so 20 plus 60, that is equal to 1 divided by 4, which is equal to 0.25. So the precision is 33% and recall is 25%. What is F measure? F measure, otherwise they will call it as F1 measure. Okay, it is equal to 2 divided by 1 divided by precision divided by 1 divided by recall. So 1 divided by 0.33 plus 0.25. Okay, 2 multiplied by. Okay, that is 1 divided by and 1 divided by. So we are getting 2 divided by 7. Okay, so 2 divided by 7 equal to 0.28. So this is going to be, in percentage, it is going to be 28%. Okay, so this is how you have to find given set of documents. People are judging whether it is relevant and not relevant. Now we are going to judge their judgments. The precision of their judgment is only 33%. The precision of their recall is only 0.5%, and precision of the accuracy of their F measure is going to be 28%. So we can observe that these set of online users are not giving a good judgment. That means at least more than 50 to 60% of the judgment person you have to expect to be giving the good accuracy, but this is not giving. Okay, so this is how you can with it. So now we have another interesting metric that is called as accuracy. Accuracy based upon the relevant and non-relevant, they're going to find the accuracy. Okay, so this accuracy metric is going to identify the proposition of whether the classification, whether this classification is correct or not. Okay, so based upon the proposition of correctly classified documents, that means given a document is relevant, okay, the judge is correctly identifying it as a relevant. Given a document is non-relevant, the judgment is given as correctly non-relevant. So this is how the classification, see, this falls under relevant class, and the judge is also going to judge it as relevant. Okay, so this is how accuracy can be measured. So it is going to be the fraction or proposition of the whether the classification is correctly done, precisely it has been done or not. Okay, so the formula for this accuracy is true positive plus true negative. What is true positive and true negative? True positive and true negative, we just go with this diagonal, true positive and true negative, which means true positive means the judgment which is expected to be correct is correctly classified. Okay, a document is there, it is a relevant document, and the judgment is given as relevant document, that is true positive. Okay, true negative means the document is actually a non-relevant, and the online using judge is giving the judgment as non-relevant, that is going to be true negative. So the Formula for accuracy is in the numerator it has to be true positive plus true negative divided by total number of true positive, false negative, and true negative. All the retrieved documents which is true, all the retrieved document which is false, all the documents which is non-relevant is retrieved, and the non-relevant retrieved is going to be non-relevant. So all the true positive, false negative, true negative, everything will be coming in the denominator. That will give you the accuracy. Okay. So what type of questions that you can expect from this type of problem is, you might be given given like true relevant and non-relevant documentaries retrieved, and true positive, true negative, true false positive, and false negatives will be given to you. Okay, you have to compute the precision, recall, and F measure. Okay, like that you can expect some questions. Okay, and we have another interesting metric that is called as mean average precision. Okay, mean average precision is nothing but you are going to analyze the documents which are retrieved, and you are going to rank those documents. Okay, based upon the retrieval, you are going to rank the documents. Okay, so given a set of documents, okay, we have some set of documents which are retrieved. Okay, set of documents which are retrieved, and you are going to rank those documents until you are going to find all the documents which are going to become a relevant document. That is called as mean average precision. The formula for this mean average precision is, okay, 1 divided by Q, 1 divided by M. You have to identify all the you have to find out all the precision, and you have to divide by the average number of queries that has been given to the document. We'll see one example. Okay, so this is going to be the document which is retrieved. Okay, from this document you are going to rank the documents, and you are finding some relevant documents as, okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So out of this 10 documents, okay, I am identifying 1 3 6 9 10. These are the documents which are relevant. All other documents are not relevant. Okay, so we have, as you have been given, the recall and precision is given to you. Now, what is the mean average precision? How to find out the mean average precision? But our problem is, in our retrieved document, we have non-relevant documents also. That also have recall and precision. So now how to find out the mean average precision? So you find out the average precision for the query Q1. Okay, so what is the precision for that? 1, 0 0.6, 0 0.5, 0 0.4, and 0 0.5. So you add up all those values and divide it by total number of documents which is retrieved. So 5 documents, which is equal to 0 0.62. Okay, so for the same given document, you are going to apply the next query. Another query is there. It is also retrieving some documents. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So the documents which is retrieved is going to be 2, 5, and 7. Okay, so what is the precision of the 0 0.5, 0 0.4, and 0 0.43? So you're just adding those precisions and divided by how many documents which is relevant is 3. It is 5. So you have to divide it by 3, which is equal to 0 0.44. So now what is our problem? See that we have identified 0 0.6, 0 0.4. Okay, same set of documents, you are giving different queries, different precision has been obtained. Now you have to find out what is the mean average precision. So you just add these two data, okay, and divide by 2. Let us take the average of it. Okay, and you get 553. So in case this is being judged by one of the judge, and this has been given by judged by another judge. Okay, the mean average precision between these two judges is going to be 0.53, which means these both judges can give 50% precision in judging the document. That is the mean average problem, precision problem. Okay. Now, given the same set of documents, okay, same set of documents, you are giving it to judge 1 and judge 2. These two judges are making some relevance and non-relevant. This judge is finding the relevance and non-relevant. Okay. So in this condition, how to find out the agreement between these both agreement means how far these two judges are having a similarity in judging. Okay, so therefore measuring that agreement, we will go for a measure called as kappa measure. Okay, so try to understand same document. This judges, for example, if I have 10 documents, this judge will also get those 10 documents. This judge will also have 10 documents. So totally how many judgments will be there? 20 judgments will be given. Out of this 20 judgments, okay, this judge 1 will be giving out of 10, he will give some relevant and some non-relevant. Out of the 10 which is allocated here, 10 relevant and non-relevant. So totally we will get 20 judgments. So based upon this 20 judgments, you are going to measure how far these two judges are having a correlation or having an agreement, how far they both are giving a similar judgment. Okay, for example, if I give it as the kappa measure is going to be 1.0, that means 100% these both judges agree with each other. If it is going to be some 80 percentage, 0.8, then I will say that these two judges will have a similarity of 80%, they will give the similar judgments. If it is going to be some 50 or 55 percentage, very less. Okay, the judgment, both the judges are very, uh, they differ in their judgments, in their ideas. Okay, so that is called as kappa measure. Okay, so we have a formula for the kappa measure. Okay, the formula is probability of A, that is P of A, that is going to be how far the judges are agreeing with each other. What is the proposition of agreement? That is PA. Okay, PE is going to be, it is a hypothetical probability. What would be the chance of agreeing similarly? That is called as probability of A. That is, it is like an expectation. We are expecting what could be the chance that both these judges would agree. Okay, so that is called as proposition of E divided by 1 minus proposition of E. In case if the kappa measure is 0, okay, the chance of agreement is very less. If it is going to be 1, it is going to be 100% agreement. If it lies between 0.7 and 0.567, the agreement is poor. Okay, so usually we will have greater than 8, that is 0.8, greater than 0.8 would be the benchmarking threshold that we set in order to finalize that these two judgments, two judges do agree to each other. Very simple problem. You will see that I see a problem and we'll see the wind of the class. Okay. See, the first judgment, second judgment is going to be available here. Okay. First judge retrieves 300 documents. Okay, he is telling this judge is giving 300 relevant and this judge is also telling 300 document is relevant. Next time I'm giving 70 documents. This judge is telling all the 70 documents are not relevant. Judgment 2, second judgment is also been given as second document. The 70 documents is non-relevant. I'm giving them 20 documents. Okay, the first judge is telling yes, 20 documents are relevant, but another judge is telling all these 20 documents are non-relevant. So here we have a contradictory. We have a difference of opinions between first judge and second judge. I am coming for the next iteration. I am giving some 10 documents. The first judge is telling it is non-relevant, but here the relevant Document judge is telling relevant. So here also contradictory. Here no problem, here no problem. Now we have to find out how far the first judge and the second judge have the percentage of similar agreement. Similar agreement means how far they have the similarity of opinion in judging those documents. Same document is given for everyone. Try to understand same document. So totally how many documents? 300 plus 70 plus 20 plus 10, that is equal to totally 400 documents are there. So how many judgments will come? This person is giving 400 judgments. Okay, the second judge is also giving 400 judgments. So totally we do handle 800 judgments. Okay, try to understand this. Totally the documents which is given is 400, 400 given for 2 people. So totally what would be the output? We'll have 800 judgments we do have. Okay, so now we are going to compute the kappa measure. It is going to kappa measure. Okay, if they are asking you to find out the kappa measure to find out how far these two judges are being similar, having the similarity in agreement, you have to find out it. Okay, so what is the formula? Probability of agreement, okay, minus probability of the chance of getting the agreement divided by 1 minus probability of the chances of getting agreement. That is the formula. Am I right? So kappa, what is the formula? Probability of A, this P of A minus P of E divided by P of 1 minus P of E. So this is the formula. So how to find out that? So P of A is nothing but how far they are agreeing. Okay. So now you see what are all the number of documents which they are agreeing. Okay. Relevant and relevant. Both the people agree with each other. Non-relevant, non-relevant. Both have agreement. Here, relevant, another person is saying not relevant. Relevant, non-relevant, relevant. So this will not come. So you have to take these two values. So what is the value? 300 plus 70. Okay, 300 plus 70. 370 divided by what is the total number of documents which have been identified to be relevant by both the judges? This 400 is going to be relevant by this judge. Okay, the same 400 is identified to be relevant by the second judge also. So we have to give it as 370 divided by 400. So this is nothing but probability of A, that is proposition of time judges agree. Okay, P of A is nothing but proposition of time the judges agree. Okay, so in which cases, what is the proposition? 300 plus 70 divided by how many documents they have the agreement, similar similar judgment, totally 400 documents. Out of this 400 documents, okay, out of the 400 documents which is given to them, they are agreeing with, okay, 370 documents they have an agreement. We have the disagreement only with the remaining 30. Okay, so the probability, that is P of A is equal to 370. What is this? This is both the judges are giving the same judgment. Okay, so this is 300 is relevant, 70 is relevant. So 300 plus 70 divided by, okay, what is the total number of documents over here? 400. So proposition of the relevance, same judgment divided by number of documents. So 0.92, that is 90% they have an agreement. They have similar agreement. Okay. Now, what is the probability of non-relevant? Okay, the probability of non-relevant is, go back and see what are all the places they both have non-relevant. So relevant and non-relevant. What is the number? 20. Okay, relevant and non-relevant. What is the number? 10. Okay, 10. Okay, so and then it is going to be 10, 20. Okay, they're going to find out what all the other places they have non-relevant. See, here also they have non-relevant. Here also non-relevant. This is not agreement. Try to understand. In these places, in the judgments, you have to find the count of what are all the numbers which are non-relevant. So this is, I'll just go with some other color. I'll go with, okay. See, we have non-relevant here. We have non-relevant here. We have non-relevant here. And we have non-relevant here. So just count the numbers which are not relevant. 70, 70, 20, 10. So you add all these numbers which are not relevant. Okay. So 10, 20, 70, 70. See here 10, 20, 70, 70 which are not relevant. Okay. So you just divide it by, okay, divided by 800. What is this 800? 800 is nothing but the total judgments out of 400 plus 400, out of 800 judgments. Okay, we are finding 70 plus 70 plus 20 plus 10 is going to be the P of E value, that is expected number of judgments which are non-relevant. Okay, so we are finding the value as 0.12 or 0.21. Okay, now what is the probability of relevant? Okay, you just go back and see what are the places which is relevant. So relevant 300, relevant is going to be 300. This relevant is going to be another 300. Is going to be 20. This is going to be 20. Okay, so 300 plus 300 plus 20 plus 20. Okay, come back here. 300 plus 300 plus 10 plus 20. 10 only, right? This is going to be 10 because we have to take this count only. Okay, 10 to be 0.7878. Now you apply the formula over here. Okay, you're finding the probability of relevant and probability of non-relevant. Now what is the chances they both do have agree? Okay, that is nothing but, okay, probability of non-relevant square plus probability of relevant square. So this is going to be the formula for finding that. Okay, so this is going to be this value square divided plus this value square, that you will get 0.665. So this is going to be the chances that they do have agree. Okay, it is going to be the combination of both relevant and non-relevant. Now kappa is nothing but, what is the formula? Probability of A minus probability of E divided by 1 minus probability of E. You apply these values over here, which is equal to 0.776. Which is equal to 77.6%. Now, what was the kappa measurement value? It is normalized between 0 and 1. Okay, we always say a judge 1 versus judge 2. Okay, versus judge 2. If they have at least 0.8, greater than or equal to 0.8 value, then we will conclude that both the judges have a good agreement. If it is less than that, okay, if it is between 0.6 and 8, then we will tell, okay, the conclusions are tentative, but it is not a very good agreement between those judges. If it is less than that, very, very poor. Both the judges are perpendicular to each other. They can't be aligned and they won't have a good agreement. So in this way, you have to find out the judgments between the people who judges the document. Okay, I hope you understand this. Okay, so now if you have any doubts, you just ask. We will see another problem over here. What is the time now? 10:40 hour. Okay, I'll just give you an idea about this. We will just wind up over here. Same problem only. So given documents will be given to you. This is another form of the same question will be in some other form. Okay, document ID will be given. 0 means the judge has given us is going to be non-relevant. 1 means it is relevant. Now how they are asking you to find out the kappa measure. Calculate the kappa measure between the two judges. This is judge 1, judge 2. Document IDs will be given. How many numbers? 12 documents. So 12 plus 12 for judge 1 and judge 2. So totally how many documents? 24 documents. So find out the agreement between the two judges. Okay. So non-relevant, non-relevant, agreed. Non-relevant, non-relevant, agreed. Non-relevant and relevant, agreed. Relevant and relevant, agreed. All other pairs are, this judge is telling non-relevant, he is telling non-relevant. He is telling non-relevant, he is telling relevant. So how many judgments are going to be agreed? 4. So out of 12 judgments, okay, 4 judgments are identified to be relevant. They have agreement. Okay, they have similar agreement. How to find out the non-relevant? Okay, you find out where all the places we have 0. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 divided by, what is the total number of judgments which is given? 24. See here we are giving 12 because between those between the two people we are measuring. So 24 divided by 2, which is equal to 12 judgments. Between these 12 judgments, how many judgments they do agree? So divided by 12. But here in this case, finding the non-relevant out of 24 judgments, because the two judges are going to be giving different judgments, right? So totally 24. Okay, 12 divided by 24 is going to be there. It is equal to 1 by 2, which is equal to 0.5. Okay, and then relevant, find the places where it is 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 divided by 24, this is also 0.5. Now what is the probability of E? It is equal to, it's not square, 0.5 square plus 0.5 square is equal to 0.5. Okay, now what is the kappa measure? Probability of agreement minus probability of their chances divided by 1 minus probability of okay, probability of the chances is equal to, we are getting minus 0.34. What is minus? Minus 0.034, which means the two judges are disagreeing in a very, very lower, the level of judgment is, the agreement is very, very poor. Okay, as we have expected, 0.8 should be greater than or equal to 0.8. Then only we can tell this judges can agree. Okay, the agreement and between the judges can be satisfied, but it is minus 0.34. So it is very, very poor judgments. Both these judges are not in a proper agreement. That's it. Okay, so this is in this way you can find some problems. You can just go through that, and we will see about this query expansion in the next week. We will see. Okay, small topics, so we can see these topics in our next class. Okay. So dear students, we can, next week we will plan for one small quiz during the class hour. Okay. I will tell when we can have. We can have it on the last class. That is on next Friday. We can have one quiz. Okay. And digital assignment 1, digital assignment 2, digital assignment 3. Please kindly submit. Okay. And then any other pending thing? Okay, you don't have J component, right? Okay, dear students, if you have any doubts, please unmute yourself and ask. Otherwise, you can just type in your register number and you can leave the class.
Ma'am, what is the syllabus of the quiz?
All the 7 modules.
Okay.
General only I will be asking.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Ma'am, will it be
Next.
graded